when you go to university and acquire education, you should acquire education sense. Here we are talking about the company rules, and this woman said she has heard a lot about people saying that this company doesn't allow this. And she willfully went to test them. She knew everything had been issue. Did she find job or did she find wahala? I don't know. My Lord, my take here is, because if you allow this, one day somebody will wear hijab and say, it's my right to walk in this church. Or somebody will go to the shrine and say, whatever, it is my right. Because this right is costing a lot of things.
Aisha, you're here today suing your company for religious discrimination. What really happened?
So I came for a sales rep interview, and after performing very, very well, out of all the 500 plus candidates, I performed the best. As I was about to be giving my employment letter, they revoked my employment because I was asked to remove my hijab, and I refused to remove my hijab, and this is religious discrimination. Yes, so I'm seeking justice and an apology.
Fine. Welcome to Mugu's People's Court, where justice is adequately served. I wish you the best. We shall talk at the end of the court hearing.
All right.
Have a beautiful day.
Have a good day too.
You heard her. Justice must be served. Mr. Derek, you denied an employer a job simply because she was wearing a head covering. Why?
Well, that's the narrative she's pushing, but that's not the truth.
Okay.
We have a brand image. So our company don't support religious, political, or cultural attire because we deal with a global client. Although she passed the interview, but we just don't need stuffs like that because in some years back we've been having issues of customers bringing down a particular religion to the company, employing them. So once the other religion come, seeing them on the front desk, they start feeling somehow. So oftentimes we've been losing customers, but we come to terms to have a review. So we had to stop it.
Well, fine. Welcome to Mugu's People's Court. I hope you find the justice you deserve.
Right.
We shall talk at the end of the court hearing. Have a nice day, sir. Thank you.
The truth unmasked. Now we watch as the litigants make their case before Judge Mugu. No camera tricks, no performance lawyers. Just two people, face to face, with justice between them. This is not a place for noise. This is where lies collapse. When the facts clash and the gavel is watching, only one side will walk out with dignity.
This case is between Miss Aisha Bakare and Mr. Derek Williams. Miss Aisha, are you in court today?
Yes, I'm in court, ma'am.
Please step forward. Mr. Derek, are you in court?
Yes.
Please step forward.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, Miss Aisha Bakare, you have dragged Mr. Derek and his company before the Mugu court. So what's going on? What's your story? Talk to me.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, Judge Mugu. So, like you rightly said, my name is Miss Aisha Bakare, and I finished with a degree, a first-class degree in business administration from the University of Maiduguri.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And I applied to his company, which is Titan's Insurance Company.
Okay.
And out of the 500 candidates of people who were applying for the job, I performed the best, both in terms of my pedigree, in terms of the testing, the analysis, everything. I emerged the best. In fact, as we were about to offer me my employment letter, he pulled me aside and asked me that, am I aware that in their company, because of branding consistency, I will have to take off my hijab. And I politely declined. I politely told him, I'm sorry, I cannot do that. And he said, that means this job is not for people like you. So I'm all of a sudden.
Oh, he said this job is not for people like you.
Yes, sir. That's
what did he mean by that? I'm
exactly,
curious.
sir. So this is religious discrimination and prejudice, and that's why I'm here to sue. And I had heard about their particular company. I heard that they don't like Muslims and they don't like to hire Muslims, and I wanted to test it out. And I've confirmed today that it's actually true, sir.
So when he says you will have to take up your hijab, then what happened? Because from what he's saying in his affidavit, you started abusing everybody, blah, blah, blah.
Sir, I did not do that. I was very polite about it. I politely said no.
And then what happened?
I just explained to him that I cannot do it because my religion is not an accessory. And then he now revoked the employment.
Okay. That's an interesting one. Sir, they say your company, she came for interview, did extremely well. When it's time to give her a letter of employment, you guys start talking story. You guys start talking story. What's going on?
All right, thank you, Judge Mugu.
Yes.
My name's Mr. Derek Williams,
Yes.
the HR manager of Titans Insurance Company.
Okay.
Although part of what Mrs. Aisha said is true, and some of them are lies.
Okay.
Yes, she came for a job interview, over 500 people. She passed. So among the 5 people, she was the only one that came to the job with her hijab on.
Okay.
Then I called her, Madam, please, because in our company we have rules. Before we give you letter of employment, we have to read our rules and regulations for you so you can understand. So I told her, Madam, please, in our company, we don't accept religious attire. So I don't think you coming to the job, to our work with hijab will work. So this is what I was trying to explain to her, and she started flaming up. And sir, it's not just because of her hijab. You know, our company is an insurance company, and we deal with other people who are other religion. So it will not be good that they come around and they see that someone is putting on either hijab or someone from the other side of religion. They will think we are siding them and we are favoring these people. So this was what I was trying to explain to Madam Aisha. Then she flamed up, told me she would drag me down here. And that's the reason why we are here today.
All right. Well, I hear her, and I'm sure you can hear her. What she's saying right now is that she did well at your company enough for you guys to shortlist her. And then when it came to giving her a letter of employment, your company started telling stories and you refused to give her a letter. What exactly is going on? What's your story?
Sir, it's not as if we hate her personally or maybe the way she dressed. But it's just our laws in our company. We just want to be neutral in serving people. That's just the only thing. We're not just against her hijab or anyone.
So
or
what happened?
And she started flaming up.
She just came to you and started flaming up.
I was trying to read out our rules and regulations for her.
Okay.
I told her, Madam Aisha, you can't do this job with your hijab on. It's not as if I hate you or any other thing. But this is our laid down rules for our company. We just want to be neutral. Because our company is want to serve everybody. They don't want to just be on this side and not being on this side. So that was what I was trying to explain to her, and she became angry and told me she would drag me down here.
Okay. So after you told her, did you give her the letter or not? I know she was angry. People get upset. She abused you. But did you, at the end of the day, did you give her the letter of employment?
I didn't give her the letter of employment because I was trying to make her understand. It's not just because I hate her because of the way she dressed. But this is just our laid down rules. And I have everything here that I was trying to read for her that day, but she refused.
All right, let me see that thing. Let me see that your so this is your company
yes,
stuff. Okay.
Yes.
Come on, let me see it.
Section 15, page 13.
Okay, section 15, page 13. I see. Titan Insurance Company. That's your company.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is your point. This is what you give to everybody
that
come to your company.
Yes, before we employ them.
Okay. Okay. So, what page again? 15?
Yes.
Okay.
Section 15, page 13.
Page 13. Okay. Dress code. Interesting. We even have that. Okay. This company is religion neutral. No forms of dressing that identifies with any religion shall be accepted in the workplace. Okay, I get that. All right, madam.
Yes,
I'm curious here. So they explained this to you. They tried to explain their policy to you, but you said no. Why were you not willing to take off the hijab if it is the policy of the company?
Yes, sir. He explained to me. But I politely declined because my religion is my way of life, sir. My religion is my identity. I am a Muslim, a proud Muslimah. And this is a part of my life. It's a part of my identity. He can't ask me to choose between my God and serving my God and his company. Fine, yes, I want to get the job and I want to be paid for it. I want to earn a salary. But I cannot choose between my job, I cannot choose between that job and my God. This is my religion.
Okay. Is the company a mosque? Is the company a mosque?
Sir?
Is the company a mosque?
It's not a must, but this is discrimination. If we allow this type of thing to continue, everyone will just...
I'm trying to understand. Just flow with me a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Is your father a shareholder in the company?
No, sir.
Okay. So you think you can go to a company that you don't own and then tell them how you will dress up for work to work with them? I'm trying to understand where you're coming from.
No, sir, it's not like that. I'm not asking for any special treatment. I'm just asking for my religious rights to be respected. That's all.
In our company.
Yeah.
Wait first, wait. So, why aren't you prepared to at least, you are only working 8 to 5. So take off the hijab. When you get to work, you can wear your hijab to work. When you get there, take off the hijab, do your 8-hour work so that you can get paid, and then put your hijab back at work. Why is that so difficult for you to do? I'm just curious.
Sir, it's not just difficult. It is impossible for me to
That's
do.
exactly what I told her.
Because my religion is part of who I am. It is my identity. It's my service to God. This is my only service, my way of representing God and representing Him in my life. I can't choose between Him and this job.
No, it's okay. You look beautiful in this hijab. I really like it, to be honest with you.
Thank
you look
you,
really,
sir.
really good. But I'm having a bit of a challenge here. That you're not even willing to take it up for just 8 hours. You want to serve your God in another man's company?
Yes, sir. Service to God is a perpetual way of life. It's a permanent thing. It's a continuous thing. And besides, the Constitution allows for it. In the Nigerian Constitution, my rights are protected. So it doesn't even interfere with the Constitution, sir. So I don't really see what the problem is.
So your rights are protected under the Constitution?
Yes, sir. My
Company
rights
has
are
their own
protected.
Hijab anyhow. What
Yes,
about the
sir.
company's
The
rights?
company has their own rules.
Okay. All right, Oga, why did you guys, I'm hearing her. I'm feeling her. You can see that she's a little bit upset, and I can see why. She's saying that she has to wear this hijab because that's her own way of life, it's her religion, and she doesn't want to choose between her job and her faith, because that's the Constitution allows it, is what she's saying. Why? What is wrong with her? She's pretty. Maybe she might even get more clients dressed like this. Why are you guys so adamant? Why do you have that in your code that they can't do this? I'm curious.
Like I said earlier, all of these things are what we accepted years back, and it caused us so much loss. And it comes in times that we should not allow this again. That is why we always have it in our hands that before we employ anyone, we must read it for them. We must read it. We've made a lot of loss last time. So we have come to terms. We don't want this anymore. And I was trying to make her understand. She started flaming up. She brought me down here. Even if I want to give her the job, because of this, I won't take that again.
So you will turn it to a personal work now. So
It's not
if you
personal.
are one of those
it's
guys that
policy.
because you are angry, you don't want to employ people. Is that what you are telling me
It's
now?
not personal, sir. It's just policy. It's the policy.
Okay. Now I can understand you talking policy, but you are saying because she dragged you here, because she was rude. That's emotional stuff.
If she had calmed down for me to explain, at least, because they said a good listener is a good learner. I didn't think she has calmed down and allowed me to explain to her. I don't think we'll be here today.
Oh, she understood very well. She's a first-class graduate. Did you have make a first class?
I did, sir.
Okay, so you first class to first class, you should understand. That's not a problem. She understands what we are saying. Did you not understand what they are saying?
Yes, sir. I understand.
She just doesn't
We
agree.
don't allow religious attire, and we don't want that.
All right.
We want to be neutral, sir.
I got you. Before we take this to my panel of advisors, I got what you are saying. There's a reason why we say don't come to court today with lawyers. Yes. Why? Because lawyers always complicate things. If these were lawyers here now, injunctions would have been flying. Interlocutory injunction, this one, ex parte, you will not get to the end of it. So you will be your own lawyers. You get to ask him up to 3 questions if you have, and then he gets to cross-examine you up to 3 questions so that my panel of advisors can get the full picture of what is going on. Yes. All right, you drag them here. You got the button. Go.
The truth unmasked. Now we watch as the litigants make their case before Judge Mugu. No camera tricks, no performance lawyers. Just 2 people, face to face, with justice between them. This is not a place for noise. This is where lies collapse. When the facts clash and the gavel is watching, only one side will walk out with dignity.
All right, thank you, Judge Mugu. So my first question to you is, was I or was I not the best, most qualified, and most competent candidate amongst all the 500 candidates? Yes or no?
Yes, you are.
Thank you.
Interesting. So she's the best you got.
Yes.
I like that. Next.
So are you trying to say that your company favors outward appearance over competence?
If a company has a no symbol rules, why can't you just accept it and you remove those things during working hours? At least you're not going to remove it all the days of your life. Why can't you just respect the company rules?
So if I was a nun wearing a veil now, will you now tell me to take off my veil too?
Like I said, we don't accept any of religious
So if it's a
attire.
nun that has come in, will you have allowed? I know
she
the owner of Titan is a Christian person. Would you have allowed a nun in the company?
She will take it off.
Okay.
Because we want to be neutral.
So were you there to interview my skills on my scarf?
I was there to interview your skills, but they say how you dress is how you be addressed. So you passed our test, but the way you are dressing is not allowed. We just want to be neutral, that's all.
Okay. Do you have any questions for her?
Okay, I want to ask her this question. If you are to be someone who has a company and you set your rules and people start defaulting it, how will you feel?
Please,
This is not
the marketplace. You want to have a conversation? Can you get out? Excuse me. You want to have a conversation? Please get out of my court. Sorry, sir.
All right, sir.
Can you ask your question?
All right.
Again?
Madam Aisha, if you have a company and you give the rules and regulation of that company and people start defaulting, how will you feel?
I will feel bad, but this is not defaulting.
Why will you feel bad?
I will feel bad because that's disregard of law. But it doesn't apply in this case.
Okay,
Oh,
now.
really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any more questions?
All right. If you were asked to remove your hijab, just work for 30 minutes for 10 million, would you have removed it or to complain?
I would never remove it.
You are lying.
This is my service to God.
That's a big lie, a big lie.
No, now.
You can't
So,
accuse me
madam,
of
if I
lying.
write you a check for 10 million right now and say, remove your hijab to go work there, you are going to refuse
Sir,
it.
I will never remove this. It's my way of life.
That's going to be some serious belief right there.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Okay. My panelists, my special advisors. You have heard it. This is all too common. We get this in a country like Nigeria, where we are supposed to be religious neutral, where everybody's right to religion is supposed to be respected. Here we have a situation where a company's right to do business is now clashing with our constitutional right to worship the way he wants. Do you have any questions for them?
Yes.
Yes, Mr. Ankpokiti, Mr. Lokobiri,
yes.
It's our consumer affairs specialist. Go for it, sir.
Miss Aisha,
Yes, sir.
I see you are looking beautiful with your hijab.
Thank you, sir.
I want to ask, this hijab, is it meant to be worn by beautiful women alone or all Muslim women? And is there a penalty attached to not wearing it, or you just wanted to prove a point?
Sir, I'm not wearing it to prove any point. I am simply wearing it to show that I'm faithful to my God. It is an instruction from my God, from Allah, to dress decently and to cover up with my hijab. And I'm simply following my religion, sir.
So
it's my identity.
Is there a penalty for not wearing it?
There is no penalty, but it shows that you don't trust in Allah.
Okay, fair enough.
Then I have a question.
Madam, okay, please.
I have a question for the HR manager. I want to ask, which is more damaging to a company? Is it the hijab or a lawsuit that goes viral?
Okay, like I said, sir, we just want to be fair in our company.
Then how do you balance your company's values and human rights?
The values of our company all depends on our customers, and that's the people we care more about. So your dress is not what we are after, because once you put on your dress, you are causing us loss.
Okay,
That's all.
fair enough. Madam Dagogo, do you have any question for either of them? You got to go at once. Yes, go. Yes.
I am the custodian of culture and tradition, and I say it the African way. My dear Aisha,
Yes, ma'am.
tradition is deep. Even the masquerades remove their masks to eat. Are you saying your God will not see your heart again if you remove your hijab? Or removing your hijab to work, to survive, means you love your faith less?
It doesn't mean I love my faith less, but my actions speak louder than my words. I have to serve Allah with my actions and with my dressing. 24/7.
And Oga Hesharo,
Yes, ma'am.
head is not just physical, it is spiritual. When has putting clothes on the head becomes a crime?
It is not a crime.
Hold on, my dear. Are you saying it is only those that are not tying scarf on their head that can speak for your brand?
It is not a crime on how people dress. But when they come into our company, you have to respect rules and the regulation of the company.
Even those people in the missionaries, like Reverend Sisters, if they come to your company, they have to remove whatever they use in covering their head.
If they are coming as customers, they are allowed. But the front line of the people who work for us shouldn't dress that way. That's just what we are trying to make them understand. And she brought me here.
All right, thank you so much for that. Mr. Adubo, our common sense specialist.
Yes, my
Do you
lord.
have any question for either of them before we decide this case? Please go.
Yes, my lord Mugu. Miss Aisha,
Yes, sir.
religion is personal, while job is business. If the rule says remove your cap, and you wear your cap,
Do you have a question for the gentleman?
don't you think it's a contravention of the law? And again, don't you think that you could have accepted, enter the company and change or work towards changing the policy from within?
No, sir, I cannot, and I am not in any way contradicting the law because the Constitution provides for my protection and my freedom of religion and its religious practices as well.
Not in my
This-
company.
My human rights are my human rights. The Nigerian Constitution is the Nigerian Constitution, and I am not breaking any law by doing so.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Mr. Human Rights,
Yes.
what do HR manager. Assuming I'm wearing afro or head wrap or traditional beard, have I failed your branding? And I don't understand. Are you trying to create equality, or are you sterilizing individuality?
I'm confused myself about that question, Mr. Adubo. Can you make it clearer?
What I'm saying is that
You don't have lawyer complication. A simple question. What is the question?
my question is,
Yes, sir.
will what I put on change the image of your company?
Okay, it depends who you are. Are you coming as a customer or you are coming as someone who wants to work for us?
As one who wants to contribute towards work in your company.
To work for us?
Yes.
It is not accepted. It is not accepted.
That's my question, my lord.
All right. Okay. Well, this is it's complicated, and at the same time, it's simple. It's an issue that we are dealing with in Nigeria, and practically something just mostly, I think, all over the world, really, where you have demands of faith clashing with the need to do your business the way you want to do it. We have a lady who says she wants to continue to dress in a Muslim way at her job. We have a company that says, no, you're not going to dress as a Muslim in our company because we are religion neutral. So how do we decide this? You have cross-examined them, you have heard their stories. Mr. Lokobiri, what will be your answer here?
When the drama cools, the wisdom speaks. The Mugu Advisory Council takes the floor. Legal minds, cultural custodians, and streetwise thinkers. They don't judge, they dissect. They guide the gavel and challenge the foolish. Welcome to the round table of common sense.
And what will be your recommendation?
Lord Mugu,
Yes, sir.
as you are seeing me, everybody look at me. I dislike injustice. What I order should be what I get, or there will be wahala.
Okay, how should we decide this, sir?
Religious freedom
Yes, sir.
is not a privilege, it is a right. Here is a case where a qualified and capable candidate was denied employment just because she wore a hijab, which is an expression of her faith. This matter is not just a matter of dress code, it's pure discrimination.
But that was not what the company ordered, according to you.
So I am saying that the company should alter their policy, then they should offer her another interview.
What other interview? She's already forced in the first interview. What interview again are you talking about? Interview about her faith or interview about the job?
This situation, it has come to court. It is null and void. They will start everything afresh.
But it's not going to change anything because the interview is not the problem. It is the dressing that is the problem.
Okay, the company should offer her the employment since she performed very well.
All right, let's hear from Madam Dagogo. Madam Dagogo, what do you recommend here?
Judge Mugu. Head is not just physical, it is spiritual.
Unless you want to come and sit here. Don't be a Mugu in my court. I'm the only Mugu with common sense. Every other Mugu will. Yes. Please, madam, please go ahead.
Okay, Judge Mugu, thank you. What I'm saying is that in Africa, head is not just physical, it is spiritual. Telling a woman in Africa to expose her hair means to dishonor her ancestors. I stand with Aisha. That employment letter should be given to her. Let her wear her hijab in peace. That's my take.
But you know, madam, that the issue is not so much about telling her to expose her hair. She could have put on a religion-neutral scarf. She could have put on a religion-neutral head tie. The issue is about the type of dress. I hope we get that. I know in Nigerian tradition, we love to exposing hair, blah, blah, blah. But I get you. I just want to make sure we all understand that. But thank you for that. They are saying they should allow her to come to their company dressed like that. Mr. Dubo,
Yes,
why
my
do you
lord.
stand here?
My Lord Mugu, common sense. They call it common, but it's never common.
True that.
But it
true
is
that.
expected that you and I should have at least a level of it. When you go to university and acquire education, you should acquire education sense. Here we are talking about the company rules, and this woman said she has heard a lot about people saying that this company doesn't allow this. And she willfully went to test them. She knew everything had been issued. Did she find job or did she find wahala? I don't know. My Lord, my take here is, because if you allow this, one day somebody will wear hijab and say, it's my right to walk in this church. Or somebody will go to the shrine and say, whatever, it is my right. Because this right is costing a lot of things. Now, my take, my Lord Mugu, this case should be stricken off. It lacks merit as far as I am concerned. Thank you, my Lord Mugu.
What about that's all well and good, Mr. Adugo. But what about the Constitution? I'm curious. None of you addressed that for me because I need help here.
My Lord, this is
not lawyers, but the Constitution says you have a freedom of religion. I'm not hearing much of that.
No, I'm not. I don't know about all those things they contracted and called Constitution. Common sense is what I base on. This man is working in a company that is private. It's not company. It's not general. You can't come to my company and claim right. It's my company. How much did the government give me?
But the company is situated in Nigeria that has a law that says religious freedom is allowed.
From my sweat.
All right. Yes. That's okay. All right. Yes, I know.
Government should establish company for them.
All right.
That's the
And
law.
Madam is saying they must let her wear whatever she wants to wear on her head.
Yes.
Even though Madam did not come to my court with her hair.
With her hair.
Her hair.
African.
We have to find Madam for. We have to find her for violating African tradition.
But I'm covering the head.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You sit tight. Me, I want a job in my court. But seriously, this is a very serious matter of a clash of religion and business. And I've always believed that where your right stops is where mine begins. And when the Constitution says you have a right to religion, I believe that I also have a right to non-religion. Here are the 5 Mugu sense takeaways that I think all of us can learn, because every case that comes to this court, to me, is also another opportunity for every one of us to learn about these issues and to understand the issues and maybe take some different positions. So here is the 5 Mugu sense takeaways on this case from what I can learn from reading the affidavits, listening to everybody, before I even give my decision. Number 1.
The 5 common sense commandments. Now let's listen to Judge Mugu as he delivers the 5 Mugu sense from the case before he gives his final verdict. Forget the shouting, forget the trending drama. Judge Mugu breaks it all down with 5 powerful lessons. Truth wrapped in culture, wisdom sharpened by experience. These are not opinions, they are survival tools. 5 Mugu sense-filled laws for a foolish world.
We must understand that freedom of religion is personal, not compulsory on private companies. If your father doesn't own shares in my company, you can't tell me I'm going to run my company. While the Nigerian Constitution guarantees freedom of religion to individuals, it also protects freedom of association and the right of private entities to set their identity, brand, and operational culture. So long as it applies to all religions equally without direct discrimination. It's different if Titan Insurance is only allowing nuns with their dressing and not allowing Muslims with their hijab. The man said, we don't allow anybody, even if we bring a nun from Rome, he's going to have to remove that thing or it's not working. So to me, their own right too is also protected. Right of identity, brand, and operational culture. Number 2 lesson we must also all learn from here, regardless of where we stand, is private companies have rights to protect their brand image. A company that wants to present itself as strictly neutral in religious, political, and cultural matters can lawfully set policies that exclude visible symbols, including hijab, crosses, turbans, political slogans. If the policy is clearly stated, consistently applied, and justified as part of the brand strategy, then they're entitled to it. You should understand that. Number 3, common sense takeaway here. Customer perception of any business is a legitimate business concern, at least for me. In businesses where customers' comfort, perception, corporate neutrality is essential to the brand's success, a company can lawfully prioritize such policies over individual personal expressions. Because they started a business to make profit. They didn't start a mosque or start a church, especially when the job can be done without religious attire affecting performance. In other words, if you want a job, you don't need to have a hijab on to be able to do a job. I understand for those of us who believe in our faith that you want to exercise your faith 24/7. But that's your problem. Because you don't need to have any specific type of dressing to do the job. But they need to be neutral to be able to attract all types of customers. That sounds reasonable to me. It's different if the religious affiliation will not affect their business. Common sense number 4, or Mugu sense number 4 here. I don't believe that religious expression should be forced on private associations. This is not a government-owned property. It's different if it's a Nigerian-owned government company or state-owned company or a local government-owned company. This is a private company. No citizen has the right to force their religious dress or practices on an employer whose brand deliberately seeks to avoid such visible symbols. They also have their own right of association. It's also in the Constitution, and that's where the Constitution is. The Constitution guarantees freedom of association in one place, guarantees freedom of religion, and doesn't explain to us how that conflict can be resolved. Number 5, maybe our lawmakers who are looking at our Constitution will look at that and really, really make it clear. Because our Constitution says that Nigeria is not a religious nation, that we are neutral. And yet, there's more than 15 sections in the Constitution about the Muslim religion. There is none about the Christian religion. There is none about our traditional values. But there's dozens about the Muslim religion in our Constitution. And here they tell us the Constitution is neutral as to religion. We are a confused nation. That's why we are confused. It's either we are religious neutral or we are not. If we are not, what is Sharia doing in our Constitution? That is for our senators. Because you gather there and you share money, think about this. It's either all those sections concerning the Sharia and Muslim is expunged from the Constitution. Or you better start putting the law of Moses too and go talk to Madam to give you the Ishedale customs so that all of us could know we are recognizing. India is doing it. We just have to be clear what we want. Indian Constitution recognizes, I think, about 18 religions. They listed them. But we say we don't have religion, but we have several sections about the Muslim religion in there. And that's where we are getting all this confusion. Because she has the right, she's thinking that she's protected under the Constitution. He is thinking he's protected under the Constitution because the Constitution is confusing. So the final Mugu sense here is legal rights must be balanced, not weaponized, while religious rights are constitutionally protected, as we said. They are not superior to other equally protected rights. People confuse that. We are saying, my constitution says I have a freedom of religion. What about freedom of association for him? I can choose who I want to associate with. It says so there. Under the same section, freedom of religion is guaranteed. Freedom of association is guaranteed. If a company decides that they don't want to associate with Muslims, why would that be unconstitutional? It's a private company. They can even say this is a Christian company. We are not hiring Muslims here. And they will be constitutionally protected. They are even talking neutrality. And that is the confusion we have in Nigeria. I feel for her, a first-class graduate comes first in an interview, but she can't get the job because she believes that Constitution gives her the protection. That's why she even went there. She wanted to test the Constitution. And you are testing it today in Mugu Court. And we are going to test it where? You have a right to your religion. They also have a right to private, to association and business identity. So courts must balance all rights. That's why we are here. Not to elevate one above the other in the name of political correctness. I know some judges want to be politically correct. They will say, you can't discriminate against Muslims because they feel that most Muslims will be upset. No, I'm not like that. It all has to be balanced. And in this case, after thinking about it well, listening to all sides, sympathizing with everybody, I have to balance both sides, the law and common sense. So here's my ruling.
The verdict that shakes the room. And now Judge Mugu is ready to give the final legal verdict, wrapped in simple common sense. All arguments are done, all excuses exposed. Now, justice lands like thunder. This is where fairness roars and foolishness finally falls. One verdict, one voice. Judge Mugu has spoken.
This Mugu court finds that while the Constitution of Nigeria protects the rights of the applicants to practice our religion privately and publicly, the employer equally enjoys constitutional protection of freedom of association, freedom of enterprise, and the right to define his brand, culture, and operational environment. So we've got a conflict here. So in this case, the company has a clear consistently applied and written policy right here. They even brought it to court that tells everybody that cares to do business with them, we do not tolerate religious dressing here. It is part of their brand identity and customer neutrality. It's different if they are not clear. It's different if she found out by accident. She herself knew about this rule. The applicant was fully aware of this policy before the interview, or at least she had rumors. According to her, she hasn't seen that she had rumors, and that's okay. But despite that, she wanted to test it, and that's also okay for her to come and test it. Because our lawmakers must understand the problem they are creating in society. She's a very smart lady, so she felt that I'm going to put this to test. And here we are. But she was aware, she suspected, but insisted that her personal right to wear the hijab should override the company's right to enforce its neutral policy. Even though, and this is important, even though wearing a hijab was not necessary for her to do her job. A neutral person looking at this, I'm not going to say you need to wear hijab to sell insurance policies. She's the one that says it's my faith and I must be part of it. Number 3, I also hold that this company is within its legal rights and business rights to insist on a religion-neutral workplace. After all, that's what our constitution is telling us, even though it's lying to us. So we are religion-neutral. So they also have a right to insist on a religious-neutral workplace, especially where it is essential to their brand and the policy that is applied equally to everybody. They are not allowing nuns either, and they are not allowing Babalawo people either. Everybody neutral, I think that's fair. In the circumstances or in the premises, Madam, I like you a lot. You really look good. Your hijab brings out who you are. But we're talking business here. And we have to balance the rights. And in this case, it can't favor you when I balance it. So with a lot of appreciation for you, dismiss your claim for damages. I also dismiss your demand for employment. And I find no violation of your constitutional rights, because you are free to seek employment in companies where hijab or religious symbols are allowed. There's plenty of them. But you cannot impose your personal religious preferences on a private entity that has a lawful, neutral, and a documented business policy. But because you raise a legitimate issue, I'm not going to award any damages against you. Typically, if you come to my court and you lose, then you are the Mugu. Then the Mugu must pay the other person, because the only Mugu with common sense is Judge Mugu. Every other Mugu, but you are not a Mugu. It's a good point that you have raised, but no other as to damages. Both parties are advised to respect each other's constitutional freedoms without weaponizing their rights against each other, because you weaponize the religion by going there to test them, and you lost. That is my ruling, and I so rule.
In the court of common sense, no lies survive.
Now the litigants talk to the court reporter after the verdict. The ruling has landed, but emotions are still flying. Some are healed, some are hurt, some are just confused. We catch them raw, unfiltered, and unforgettable as they exit the court of common sense, Mugu style.
So, Aisha, victory?
No, I'm not happy about this. I feel like the ruling was unjust. I feel like my human rights were not protected, my religious rights were not respected, and I'm not happy about this. This was unjust, and I'm going to appeal. I'm not happy.
Well, I believe the law is always right. You have a right to also appeal. I wish you the best, Miss Aisha. Have a beautiful day.
Thank you.
All right. So that's that. Thank you. So, sir, are you satisfied with the court's hearing?
Yeah, I'm so glad. Based on the judge and everything, I won the case.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Right. So, for Madam Aisha, she's not going to have a job in our company. But even if we are going to consider her, then she must come to terms with us. Okay. So that's just it.
Well, congratulations once again. I wish you all the best. So that's that. Thank you.